Alright, welcome to another video, guys. Welcome to the booty of the M3. I'm not sure I've really started or actually even filmed a video of this this environment, but you get some Tushy Tuesday action regardless of whatever day of the week. Today's topic is going to be regarding the coating that is on my E92 M3. A lot of you guys know I have CQuartz UK, and a lot of the questions are, how do you maintain it? What do you use? What do you use to wash it? Maintaining a coating is not really that different than maintaining wax or sealant or whatever you happen to have on your car. It's just really a matter of what product you're using. So for me, I have CQuartz UK, and CarPro makes something called CarPro Reset, which has a more emulsifying chemical base to it, and it also chemically strengthens or keeps the coating from breaking down as quickly. So I couldn't tell you much more than that from a numbers and background standpoint, but that's essentially all you really need to know. Is if you have a coating, you have a sealant, make sure you find something that will help keep it strong. Something like car shampoo is really nice because it foams a lot and provides really good lubrication, but it doesn't really do anything for your existing protection. So with that said, a lot of times I actually mix them together in my foam cannon or in my bucket or whatever. It's just the way that I like to do it. You can mix 7 different ones if that's how you feel works the best. But for like a Geon coating, of course, Geon sells their own sort of maintenance shampoo. Just like any other company, they do the same thing. I'm sure you can use something else that's not from CarPro to maintain this, but this is just what I choose when I wash it. As far as a timing perspective, is how many times a year do you need to use this stuff, or should you use it every time? You can use it every time. For me, it seems like a little bit of a waste. I use it about once a month. Otherwise I use maybe like a little bit of a mix a couple of times in between that, but about once a month, once every 2 months. I don't think it's crazy intense as far as making sure you do it a certain amount of times. At least twice a year, I would say. That's my opinion. Anyways, so let's get to the actual footage of me using the foam cannon and then washing the car. It's gonna be a very similar procedure, but of course we gotta have those special fully foamed. Hopefully you guys liked that little specialty sort of zoom in slow-mo shots. It seems like a lot of people like that. It keeps the video kind of popping a little bit, a little more excitement going on. So as you guys can see, the car is covered in foam, which is good because much less chance of scratching. Drag the dirt to the bottom. As you can see, lots of foam is sitting on the bottom. And then the next step, which I have historically gotten a lot of flack about, is taking the wash mitt and washing the car as you normally would. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of people, in general, seem to think that you have to rinse off the foam. This car is fully wrapped, besides like the roof and then like the trunk lid. And it's not so dirty that this is necessarily an issue of so much dirt has built up that we need to rinse it and then foam it and then rinse it and foam it and rinse it. I'm not doing that. So that's my process. If you guys want to rinse it, then take an extra step and use more product, whatever, that's fine. So anyways, I'm not triggered, don't worry. I'm not angry, but that is just my opinion. So we're just gonna grab this. As you can see, the shampoo is still on that, which is nice. And then wash this baby as you normally would. I usually flip over the mitt after every panel and kind of do a little squeeze. And CarPro Reset doesn't really have a strong smell, but it smells, it smells clean. Adams on the other hand definitely has a really nice smell to it, but that's just really if you're into that. That's what I think. And then of course our 2-bucket method. I have that little grit guard on the side, which is nice. You don't have to stick the mitt all the way in. Go here. I always hold it over, so might as well. We go to the other top to bottom, guys. Top to use this to dry off the majority of the car, maybe like 70%, 80%. This is literally just a small little DeWalt blower that works with my batteries. It's not extremely powerful. It's not like the Master Blaster, but all I do is really use this to get it out of the cracks and kind of the majority of the area. Otherwise, we're just gonna use our regular drying aid and drying towel. Now that we've blown off the car, I like to blow off the majority of it. I don't need to blow off the entire thing, especially in this wash, because we are sort of maintaining the coating. We're doing a little bit more work just to make sure that the coating stays nice and strong and lasts for a long time. This coating's probably been on the car for over a year now, and it's just fine. It's literally, I don't need to apply any more. I don't need to use CarPro Gliss. This way has definitely been really solid so far. But anyways, my very favorite drying towel in the whole wide world, Geon Silk Dryer, the largest size they sell. As you can see, I have another one here, and I actually have a third one that's not even out here. So lots of money in the Geon Silk Dryer. I am totally sold. So I'll use this regardless of whatever car I'm doing, because it's my favorite. And I also use my drying aid, especially for maintaining the coating on those maintaining coating days. The days that I'm maintaining the coating is something called CarPro Ec2O. It works with other coatings. In general, it should work with anything. You can actually use it without any protection on the car. It would just be sort of a base protectant. But I use that diluted 1 to 15 in this Quasar bottle, which actually works really well. I don't recommend this for wheel cleaner or anything like that, but this is absolutely my favorite sort of combo here for maintaining the coating and even just the drying procedure in general. These few products right here, definitely love them. I can't imagine switching for a while until I find something better. All right, really simple, guys. I fold this kind of in half just because it's so big. And we just kind of go across the surface here. As you can see, there's literally no water. And excuse me, it's a little hard with just one hand. So you can see there's water on the roof here. How about that? There's literally like nothing left. See that little haze there? That'll go away. You just kind of do, kind of 1 or 2 more passes. Just very gentle. It'll be perfectly fine. This is good stuff for the windows as well. I do have a windshield coating, which tends to play just fine with this, if you're wondering. But same thing, the whole car, treat like this. You can split it in half and then do pretty much half the car, and then I use the other one for the other half of the car, just because you never know if you get something in your towel or whatever. You just want to be extra careful. All right, guys, that is gonna do it. That's how I maintain my CQuartz UK on my M3. Of course, the car is wrapped, so that doesn't really change anything. The maintenance procedure is pretty much the same, but that's more of an FYI to you guys if you're worried about me not rinsing the foam off and whatnot. But whole thing is been maintained. As I mentioned, CarPro Reset can be used literally as many times as you want throughout your washing procedure, every single time if you really love it, or maybe just use it once a month. I think once a month is more than enough. It emulsifies and keeps the coating strengthened, and so far it's really good. I mean, it definitely beads and it definitely repels water. There's times where if I really wanted to, I could probably just literally rinse the car off really quick and just go out if I really needed to, just to get it in sort of acceptable condition. But that's gonna do it. Geon Silk Dryer, links are in the description as usual. These are absolutely these are by far the best drying towel by leaps and bounds. They're like 30 bucks for these huge ones. If they charge more, I'd probably pay more, to be honest with you. That's how much I like them. That is my test. that is my sort of backing in my opinion. All right, so with that said, guys, thank you again for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I hope that that was informative to you. You know, that's, like I mentioned, a question that I get fairly frequently, and I think it's important to sort of address sort of those specific topics and show you my procedure for how I do it. Of course, comments are always welcome for sort of making my procedure even better than it already is. I think it's really good, but there's always something new, whether it's a different drying aid, or maybe someone found a shampoo that works really well, that's cheap or something like that. I mean, definitely leave a comment below if you have any suggestions or anything like that. But very straightforward, not that different from regular wash. But anyways, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time.